Hey everyone, it's me, Nebu from the future. I'm here to spoil the results of the video for you. Just kidding, but I mean, I think the results are probably in the thumbnail of the video, so you probably know what my results are anyway. I've never done a video like this before, so sorry if I'm a bit rambly. If you want to skip ahead, I should have posted like some timestamps either like in the video itself or maybe in the description, so you can jump around to, you know, when the test starts, when the scoring starts and all that stuff. So the results I got for this challenge was 97.5% in 1 hour and 14 minutes. As far as I know, this is the world record, quote unquote, for this challenge. The top 3 runs that I'm aware of when this video is published are, in number 1 is myself, with 97.5%, 1 hour 14 minutes. Second place is Ben here, who got in the low 90s in 1 hour and 36 minutes. I say low 90s because he self-scored at like 93.75% or something like that, but I think he got one of them wrong but didn't realize, so it might be a bit lower than 93, but anyway, so that's why I put a little asterisk there on his score. Then Keep On Coding got in the 80s. Again, he did, you know, a little bit loose on the scoring, but it's fine. I mean, he got 80 in some score in the 80s in 2 hours and 30 minutes approximately. Yeah, so there doesn't seem to be strong consensus about exactly what the rules of the speedrun are. Ben is the guy who started, as far as I know, and his intention, it seems like, was initially to do 100% speedrun, but he didn't actually get 100%. So like if we're saying, you know, you need to get 100% on the exam, that means his submission is invalid, my submission is invalid. I haven't found anyone who got 100% on the exam in a speedrun context. And one of the tricky things about this is it's supposed to be blind, right? So you only get one shot. So if you do it and you don't get 100%, that means you can never participate in this category again, and which I think is like not as fun. So I have some proposals for the rules for how we should do these speedrun videos moving forward. The main rule is you have to do it blind, right? Like it's which means you only get one shot at the exam. I think if you allow people to do the exam multiple times, it's going to be easy for people to eventually start memorizing the answers and just, like, you know, like blaze through the exam in, like, I don't know, like 20 minutes or something like that. Just, you know, if you memorize, okay, you know, on the multiple choice, you say, okay, the first answer is A, the second answer is B, the third answer is A again, or whatever. Yeah, that's not interesting, right? So it has to be blind, but the unfortunate side effect of making it blind is that you only get one shot. You don't get to, like, try to gradually improve your time, which makes it tricky. The second thing is you should probably try to get 100%, you know, and that's kind of hard to come up with a rule for that. Like, in my mind, I think I would have said, like, you need to get at least 95% of the exam, but if that was the rule, then Ben and Keep On Coding would both be disqualified, right? Because they got 93 and 80% respectively. So I don't know if there's a hard cutoff. Maybe we say you need at least 90% or you need at least 80%. The problem with making a rule like that, though, is we don't want, like, people to do, like, we don't want the speedrun strat of so-called taking intentional damage to save time, right? Like, what we don't want is for people to say, well, I only need to get 80% and I'm pretty confident I got that, so I'm just going to leave these questions blank, right? Like, I think we want to see people try to get 100% as much as possible. But again, you know, hard to enforce rules, so I don't know what to do about that. Next thing is no IDEs, no syntax highlighting, no auto completions, no static analysis tools, like no type checkers, no linters, nothing like that. So the exam was as originally authored, was intended to be taken on pencil and paper. As far as I know, nobody's done it. Nobody who's speedrun it. I mean, like, I'm not talking about, you know, the actual students who took it for real. I'm talking about YouTubers who are speedrunning this thing. None of them actually do it on pencil and paper. They always use like a screen capture and they're using some program, right? But they've been pretty good about, like, using a text editor with no syntax highlighting, for example. The thing is, if you use, like, a syntax highlighting or an ID or something like that, especially with auto completion, then that's kind of giving you a big advantage over the people who are using pencil and paper. Like, especially if, like, you know, you type part of a code and it like like an array or a string, and it tells you, well, here are all the string methods or here are all the array methods. That's a pretty big advantage, which seems unfair. So I recommend, in my video I use Sublime Text, but I set the you can set what language the file is in, and I set to plain text rather than setting it to Java, which disables all syntax highlighting and all the completions, all that. So you can do that. You can use Notepad. Just make sure you don't have any help from the computer. And speaking of that, the other rule is you should not be Googling. You can't use a calculator. You can't use any external help. So no, discording your friend or whatever to ask. Again, the original exam, the intent was you're just doing it on pencil and paper. You don't even get allowed to a calculator. They explicitly say that in the rules. So don't use any software other than your text editor to help you with this. And then finally, I recommend use the actual grading scheme mentioned in the exam. So if you get the practice exam PDF, after you do all the questions, at the end they say here's how you should grade it. And they're pretty it's pretty comprehensive. They say did you, I don't want to spoil it, so let me try to come up with a fictional example. Did you invoke list.add in your solution, within a loop? If so, you get 1 point. If not, you lose that point, and so on. So what I think a trap that some people fell into, and by some people I especially mean Ben, because this is where I'm saying I think Ben had a mistake but didn't realize it, is they provide solutions at the end also for some of the coding parts, and it's very tempting, I think, to read the solution that they provide and then say, yeah, my solution does basically the same thing, so let me just get 100 full marks for that. But they do provide a grading scheme, and they say if you don't do this, you lose points. And I think for one, I don't remember now what it was, but I think something like Ben didn't do one of the things, and so he would have lost points or something like that. Anyway, that's my proposal for the rules. As this meme speedrun gets propagated across YouTube, I guess it might evolve over time. But yeah, that's about it. So without further ado, I'll let you guys watch my attempt. Okay, it looks like we're recording. So welcome everybody. Today we're going to try to speedrun the APCS exam. A little bit of background context. Somebody sent me this video in my Discord. And I watched the first bit of it. I watched about 43 seconds in, and then I stopped. So I don't know for sure what the full video is about, but of the 43 seconds that I've seen so far, this guy attempts to speedrun a computer science exam. He did it blind, meaning he did not know what the questions are beforehand, and he didn't prepare for it or anything like that. And so when I got to that point in the video at 43 seconds, and I'm like, you know what, I want to do that. I want to speedrun it too. So I looked around to try to find the same exam that he took, and I believe I found it. I found this one, which looks like it's probably the same one as what he has, but not fully sure. But anyway, he says, well, it looks like it took him at most 2 hours, because this video is 1 hour 46 minutes long. So either he finished it in 2 hours or less, or maybe something happened and he had to give up for some reason. But for now, I'm going to assume that he successfully completed it. So hopefully I can also complete it within 2 hours. He mentions this exam is intended to be for high school students, so therefore it's going to be really easy for him. He doesn't say why, or at least he doesn't say why it would be easy for him, up by the point of 43 seconds in. But seeing that there's this related video here of why I don't work for Fang, I'm assuming the implication is he is a professional software developer. He has some number of years under his belt in software development, and probably has a graduate degree or stuff like that. So he figures, therefore, an exam geared towards high school students is probably going to be easy. I'm in a similar situation to him. I also have some number of years professional experience, so hopefully I will also find this exam easy. I noticed at this point in 43 seconds in, he allowed himself to read a bit of the instructions of the exam. So we're gonna do that real quick here. I'm gonna skim through this. Questions containing pieces written. Okay, yeah, this is probably all BS. Contents, we don't care about that. Exam is 3 hours in length, consists multiple choice and free response. 40 multiple choice questions, okay. And then free response sections, okay. 10-minute break between them, but we're not gonna take the 10-minute. We're not gonna take the 10-minute break because we're trying to speedrun this. Administered in one session probably means like, so we're gonna do this whole thing in one sitting. The permit time period should be acceptable total score based on the correct points and incorrect use of calculator and the. Oh yeah, by the way, so the guy says the challenge is to get 100% on the exam. I mean, obviously, I'm gonna try to get 100%. I guess it's not obvious because, like, I think I saw in the YouTube comments someone made a joke about, you know, if you do an any percent run, you just, you know, skip to the end and click submit. There's my exam response, so he gets 0 points, right? Because he failed every question, but he has the best time. He's going for 100%. I'm also going to try for 100%. It's going to, you know, it sucks if I got some questions wrong in the end, and then therefore turns out I don't qualify for the 100% category, and I can never attempt it again, right? Because it won't be blind anymore at that point. So hopefully I get 100%. We'll see. Use of calculators, any other electronics device is not permitted during the exam. Suggest a practice exam be complete using a pencil to simulate actual administration. So we're not going to use a pencil. We're going to use a computer, which is an electronic device. Hopefully that's not too big of a deal. I think this guy is doing something similar. He says he's using Vim down here to do it. I'm going to be using Sublime Text, which is over here. One thing I made sure to do, let me just double check here. Yeah, I set the syntax to plain text. So it is, I want to make sure there's no syntax highlighting, right? Because that's one of the advantages of using like an IAD or a smart text editor over pencil and paper is syntax highlighting. But as you can see, I think, was it public static void main, something like that? No syntax highlighting, no autocomplete. Oh, well, there's automatic brace balancing, but hopefully that's not too big of a deal. But yeah, if I do system dot, you know, it doesn't say do you mean out. If I do here, it doesn't say do you mean print line or whatever. So there's no syntax auto completion, anything like that. Which I think that's like the main advantage you would get if you use like an electronic, like a text editor instead of pencil and paper. But I've disabled that to make it as close to the pencil and paper experience as possible. So hopefully that's fine. The AP Computer Science exam includes quick reference to Java library methods that may be tested on the exam. Yeah, I don't think I have access to that unless it's part of this PDF. I'm assuming it's not part of the PDF. I'm not sure. So that might be a handicap that I'm taking, but I'll just accept it. It's not a big deal. And then remember, you're not allowed to remove any materials. Okay, so let's oh yeah, and for the time, I don't have a good speedrunning setup, so I got this. This is just a built-in Windows 10 timer, and I've got set up so that these two guys can be side by side. Actually, let me zoom in a little bit because I think this is a little bit hard to see on the stream. How's this? Hopefully this is legible for you guys. But yeah, so then I can do my timer here, stop, reset, and then I got my text editor here, and then I'll be alt tabbing back and forth between these guys and the PDF. So I think that's it. I think we're gonna see where the first question is. I'm just scrolling slowly so I don't accidentally see the first question. Multiple choice. Okay, so I'm assuming the very next page is going to be where the question starts. So let's get the timer running, and then we'll get to it. So the time to beat is probably, for me, is probably about 1 hour 46. You know, I don't know how much of an outro he has. You know, hopefully he doesn't do it like in an hour and then he spends 46 minutes like talking, because then I'm like way overestimating how much time I have. But I mean, you know, it is what it is. So well, let's get the timer started and let's see how we do. Directions: determine the answer for each of the following questions, include statement using decide which best. Okay, fine. Assume class lists have been imported. Okay, so don't worry about imports. Declaration variables and method. So don't worry about undefined stuff, I guess. Assume method calls are not prefix object or not shown. Okay. Unless there is no question, assume per not null. Okay, so we don't have to worry about null precondition. All right, fine. Consider the following method. Publish industry. Assume the array num has been declared initially. So what will the value answer? Okay, so you pass this in. So what is this doing? K0, K length, iterating over K, skipping every 2 elements. X is okay, so summing. So 0. I wish I could write if I actually had a pencil. So 0 to 1. whatever. So these guys. So what's that? 3, 4, 5, 7. So C. What do I just write down C here? Questions 2, 3. Okay, so 2. Certifying partial class declaration. Following declaration appears in our class. Which of the following code segments will compile with the error? Is this, I have to pick multiple or I pick the one answer? To run the answer using this inside, which is the best choice? Okay, so there's only one answer. Object, I mean, this looks like it'll compile. Int x. This won't because you're passing in x. My a won't because it's private. Some class, because no, because that's static. Get obj a won't because we're in some other class, so it's a. Which of the following changes to some class will allow other classes to access but not modify the value of my c? Make it public. No. Yeah, get a getter, so that's good. Private, no. That's a setter. This doesn't return, so it's B. There's if x. What is printed out? Okay, so if x is less than 10, which is true, and y, so this is false, so it goes to our branch. So it's 7 divided by 3, which integer division is 2, so it's C. Consider the following method. Array list min3 sequence for k equals 1. Okay, a little bit weird, but fine. K less than n, k plus plus, sequence add, new integer, k plus, what the heck? Which is the following printout? Yeah, I'm not sure if ArrayList has a toString method, but I guess it does, because, like, you know, the garbage answer, like the hash code, isn't an option. I feel bad. Let me think here. One. Do these all have 6 elements? It does. No, this one has more than 6 elements. Less than equal. So it should have 7 elements, I guess. No, it should have 6 because we start at 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. God dang. It starts with a 4. It has to be this one, right? 4. If it was 2, 2 was 7. Yeah, it's gotta be C. I feel bad. Like, if I were speedrunning, if I were seriously speedrunning, I wouldn't talk so much. Not so much commentary. Consider the following method that isn't determined. Both sets are equal. For example, give it tolerance the values would be considered equal. Why? Because they differ by less than whatever? Yeah, I guess so. It's gotta be this one, right? You have to have an absolute involved somewhere, so it's gotta be 60. Yeah, I feel bad that, like, if I were seriously speedrunning, I wouldn't do so much commentary, but then I don't want to be quiet on the thing so you guys can hear my thought process, so I gotta do this balance. Perf. Set. There may be instances where it's not show. Okay, assume that the following declaration has been made. Which of the following statement is the most proof for changing the name of student from Tom to Tom? Is it public? No. Does it have a setter? It does have a setter. So D, I think. What's the difference? Oh, person. Okay. D. Yeah, they're doing static versus instance here is what they're testing. So define class declaration. Which of the following declarations will compile with the error? A1 does. 2 does. 3 doesn't. So 1 and 2. Let's see. Certify hint. Which of the following statement should be used to replace missing codes that it's got to be, yeah, he has this +1 mistake or off by 1 error. So it's got to be something like this. It's going to be B. Don't write code like that, by the way. That's a weird way to write it. Consider the following instance variable and methods. You may assume that data is initially with flash query 0. The methods are intended to return the index of an array equal to 0. What? Return the index of an element equal to target or minus 1. Let's return. What? return. Consider the following you may. Okay. The method intent to return the index of an array element equal to target or -1 if no such thing exists. What is the heck? What is this? What are they doing here? Why do they need last? If data is last, is the target return last? Else return. Oh, they're searching backwards. That's what they're fucking doing. For which of the following test cases will the sequence always result in an error? If it only contains one element, data length 0, 0. No, that'll work. Only 2, I think. I mean, this works, but it's not well defined what it's supposed to be. So 2. B, but you know, basically, like the way they don't say what should happen if it contains it multiple times. They don't say, like, because it says the index, so it could be 2 and 3, but that's not an option. Okay, so it's got to be B. Which of the following should be used to place so that will work as intended? What? Oh, fix the bug. That's what they're saying. Flash. I think it's this one, but let me think about that. No. While? No, you don't want a while loop. So it's one of these do depending on you're off by 1 there. So if they pass in 0, if target is if last is 0, what does that mean? That means the data has length 1 because they subtract. So we look at 0. So it doesn't work. So then we pass this in. Yeah, it's gotta be B. Implemented mystery output and input subs. Oh, what the heck? K plus okay. What is the result of mystery computer? So okay, so you start at 1. So you start at it has to start with the letter O, right? And then we skip every other letter. So then we go to P. So it looks like C. Doesn't index of the bound occur? No, it doesn't, because we guard by input.lamp. So it's got to be C. Follow segment. 0 length -1. Okay, so we don't look at the last guy. If this guy, okay, because we're looking at pairs of guys, print out K or K. Or print it out. If this guy is bigger, yeah, so 7 is bigger. So it starts with a 0, 7, so it's one of these two. It's either B or C. 2, 5, then 3. What do? We increment 0. Wait, what? Oh, because we don't do this because it's smaller. Then we look at 2, 2, 5, yeah. Then do we look at 3? No, we don't because it's smaller. So it's got to be C, 13C. Start volume interface. Mileage, class fleet, return mileage traveled. Which of the following can be used so that total amount? Okay, so it's going to be v dot get mileage, right? So it's going to be this guy, E. Let me just double check. Yeah, this is wrong. My vehicles. This is wrong. That's wrong. My vehicles. Where's my vehicles? Nope, that's wrong. So yeah, it is E. 14E. Consider following method this order, which is intended to return true if the array of integers are in non-decreasing order, and return false otherwise. Non-decreasing. So like increasing or equals, I guess. Which of the following can be used to replace? Okay, I don't like this, but they can make it work. Yeah, they try to make it work. These fucking guys. If this is greater, what is okay? Let me tell you about this. Look at the guy, the left guy, then the right guy. If the right guy is bigger than false, this will actually work, I guess. Let me think about that. Yeah, it looks like it'll work. I mean, assuming that the array has at least one element in it. I don't like. They say don't worry about too much about edge cases. So I'm going to assume that there's at least one element in the array, I guess, because this guy is going to be in trouble if there's only one element or 0 elements. 0 k, this guy, if this guy is bigger than the next guy, will this work? No, it won't, because you have this thing, like k goes up. Yeah, so that won't work. K0 daily, k, if my guy is bigger than the next guy, then it's not the false. This won't work either because you return too early. Okay, so only one, so it's A. Consider the following incomplete method that is intended to return an array contains less content array. What? I don't understand. Consider the following incomplete method that is intended to return an array that contains the contents of its first array parameter. Oh, so it's just appending. God damn it. Why are you gonna say it's so weird? New array, yeah. So far looks good. J0, J less 1, yeah, J, yeah, so far looks good. K0, K. Yeah. So what do you want? So what we want here is a.1.length plus k, I think. I think it's this one. Let me just think through this. So it's definitely not J. It's definitely not K. Is there an fucking fence post errors? Okay, so when this K is 0, you want... Yeah, no, it's gotta be D. So following code fragment... 5, 6, 7, K, 3. Okay, starting at 3 for some reason. Let's don't look at the last one. K. What? K is equal to ARK plus 1. So you copy. Okay. Which the following represents the content as well. Okay, so we don't touch 0, 1, 2. We start touching here. This guy, 3, is equal to 5. So 1, 2, 3, 5 gets copied here. Then you go here, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 7, C. 17C. What is this one? 2, 3. Oh, yeah, no, not that one. Assume my list is array list that's been correctly constructed in popular objects, which the following expressions a valid random index from. Not E. What does this do? This floors it? Because the class floors it, I think. Yeah, they didn't, no, so this won't work because you could get -1. This might work. This might work also. They fucked up this question. They want you to say B, but they're wrong. We'll come back to this later. I'll talk about, after the speed run's over, and I'll say why they fucked up that question. Wait, let me just check something. What? Yeah, okay. We'll get back to it. I'm pretty sure they intend B, but their answer is wrong. Assume that A and B have been defined and initialized as int values. The expression... Oh my god. Which the fuck? Fuck people who do... Okay, let's just... This is my pencil and paper simulation. Not A equal to B. So you're saying A is equal to B. And you're saying not this. It's not the case that this and this are true. So either they're not equal or this is smaller. So do we have something like that? Yeah, here it is. Right, that's B. And I could be B. Yeah, so 19B. Certify method J num.length -1. What? Okay. While J is less than K, int X equals num J. What the? Oh, is this swapping? This is a temp. I think it's a swap. J goes to X. K goes. Yeah, it's swapping two things. Then you increment. J decrement K. What the fuck? Which of the following describes what the method does here? Oh my god. It's not change. First value is copied to every location. Is that true? No, because it does a swap. Last, the arrays are reversed. Is it true that they're reversed? Let me think about that. I don't think it does an index out of bounds, so I think it's going to be E, but I'm not sure. You do start at 0, okay, and you do start the last element. Oh yeah, you're swapping the first and last element, then you. Yeah, okay, it is that. It's definitely that. Let me E. Consider the following method, which is intended to return in a two-dimensional array that is closest in value to the number specified. What? Consider the following method, which is intended to return the element of a two-dimensional array that is closest in value to... Okay, fine, find closest. All right. So you start by saying, yeah, fine. The diff is so far as that. And then, yeah, you're basically saying, like, if this is a better diff, right? Which one career will work as intended? Val... No, you need an abs in there somewhere. Don't you need... Oh, you need... What the heck is num? Oh, for... No. No, that's not... Num val? I think it's this one. D. I'm a little bit confused on this one though. Let me just think through it again just to be sure. What are each... Like, I wish I could rename these variables as they're factoring. So val is what we're searching for. No, definitely not that guy. Not this guy. Nope, because you need a... Oh, no. Yeah, it's D. I'm pretty sure it's D, which is what I put down. Okay. Book, audiobook. Num pages in it, to string, yeah. Num pages. Audiobook, num minutes, that's the length, page per minute. Page per minute. Oh, it extends the thing. Okay. Because we have... it has additional minutes. Consider the following code segment appear in a class other than book or audiobook. Create an array of book. The first one's an audiobook. What is the first parameter? Minutes. And then page. Page per minute to string. Which if I'm missing why the code segment will not compile? What? Line 2 will not compile? No, that's fine. Line 4 will not compile because we only call. Line 4 will not compile. Yeah, that's true. So B is problem. Like 5 on the string. No, that's wrong. It extends, right? Yeah, it does. Okay. 6 not compile segment is ambiguous. Come back out of there. Which line? No, it knows. Line 5 not compile because 1 is name books may have not been initialized. What? It isn't. Okay, so it's definitely B. What number are we at? 22. 22B. You know this thing. Certifying instance. Animals. I'm getting tired. Manipulate. Size. Okay, start the N. Greater than 0. I think you need less than or equal to 0. I'm not sure. I mean, if you do it the normal way. These guys, they keep doing things in weird ways. Substring 01 equal B. Add animals. What? Animals? Dot add size minus K animals that room. What? Assume that was what will the contents be? Oh god. Alright. So what are we if for starting from the end and going backwards. Get that animal. If the first letter is a B, then what are we doing? Animals dot size. So starting at the end, we're inserting things. What? This is confusing me. For looking K. Index, this index. Move the guy at... Doesn't this not change it? Like you're removing a guy? Okay, let's say animals is like 1 billion elements long and K is 1. No, so it's taking a guy and putting him at the end. So it doesn't do anything for... Okay, so it goes backwards, but doesn't do anything. Okay. Soon as an initiative... What do we... So if it's B, we do that thing where we move these guys to the end. Okay. So then Baboon gets moved to the end. Bass gets put here. No, wait. Baboon gets put here, right? Because K is like a really big number at the start. Yeah. Baboon. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna have to play interpreter basically. So it starts at the end. It says Baboon. It's gonna put it here. Then it does a swap, but then it goes here. Doesn't do anything. Goes here. Bass is gonna get put here. Then it goes here. Then bass is gonna get swapped back, I guess. Then it goes here. Bear. Where's bear gonna go? Bear's gonna go here, I think, maybe. Then goes here. And Baboon is gonna get swapped back, I think. Let me just think about that. Because now K is like 1, and K is 0 when that happens. So then, yeah, so then we add it to the end. So we have zebra. That's not one of the answers, so I've obviously fucked it up. We're gonna come back to this one. Come back to it later. Consider the following quick. How am I doing for time, by the way? 22 minutes in. Okay. Consider the following quick. New array. For this. Well, it gets printed out. All right. And for each one, row plus plus. For rows by 3, column plus plus. So it's just doing the obvious thing. Is there 9 of them? Yeah. So 0 2. This is all part of row 0. Then we go to the next column. Oh, but we only care about row 0. So it's gonna be 3, right? 24A. Oops. One guy. Let me think about that again, just to be sure. Copy a guy into here. Then we keep iterating. Yeah. Oh, no. That A, it's not A. It's wrong. This is row 0, row 1, row 2. Row 0, 1, 2. Row 0. It's gonna be 7, right? D, 24D. Man, getting 100 is tough on this. Like, did the guy do it? Did he? Yeah, because you gotta be very careful. Rectangular box fits inside another rectangular box if and only if the height, width, and depth of the smaller box are each less than the corresponding values of the larger box. Consider the following 3 interfaces that correctly intend to represent the information necessary for rectangular boxes. They're only if the height and depth of the smaller box are each less than corresponding. Okay, so we got a bunch of declarations. What? So 1 and 2 would work, I guess. D, 25D. Stream array has been defined as follows. For which of the following will correctly print all the odd integers contained in there, but none of the even integers? Yeah, this works. I think. Oh no, it does because we're doing it on the index. Yeah, my bad. No, this is right because we're not doing it. It's not on the index. It's on the actual thingies. This skips element 0. Oh, but here we're... No, that is right. Isn't it? And this is wrong because we're indexing... Yeah, the indexing is wrong. We're printing the index again here. and this is wrong. So 26A. Yeah, these are like a lot of like quote unquote trick questions, because this is the type of shit where if a coworker writes code like that, you want to beat them up because they're writing it like weirdly on purpose. While n is greater than 2. Okay. What value is returned as a result of the column mystery 6? So we put 6 in. Fucking hell. 6, 5. So we do it as 6, 5, 4, 3, and then we don't, and then it'll become 2. So we do it 4 times. What are we doing 4 times? Can I copy and paste this? Gosh darn it. It might actually be easier with paper than doing this in fucking Notepad, Sublime Text. Yeah, whatever. Okay. So let's see. So, X and Y. X is 1, Y is 1. So you go through here, add 1, this. Y is X minus Y. So that's a 1. So that was, n was 6, now it's 5. X plus Y, so now it's, oops, 3. Y is X minus Y, so that's 2. 4. It's 5. This is like, what's it called? Fucking Fibonacci? Fuck, what was it? 5. Now it's 3. This becomes 8. Becomes 5. 2. So now, so 8, I guess. 27D. Which following is true of the method Mr. A? X will sometimes be 1 at point B. No. X will never be 1 at point C. No, that's not true. N will never be greater than 2 point A? What? No. N will sometimes be greater than 2 at point C. Nope. N will always be greater than 2 at point B. Yes, that's true. 28A. Or 28, what is that? E. Is there following code segment? 1 to 100. Print K. Which of the following codes will produce the same output as above? Probably this one. That's the one my eye immediately jumps to. No, not quite the other one. Which one? Maybe this one. This one looks good. Because what is this going to do? This is going to print out every multiple of 4, right? Yeah, it's comparing like 4, 8, 12, and so on. Which this guy does not do. This guy does not do. This guy does not do. This guy might do. So which of these? It might be the end. This will print out, you should print out 100 here. And both of those seem to do that. Fuck you, use code. So what's the difference between these two? Oh, this fucks things up. Okay, no, it's gotta be E. 29. I didn't see that this thing where it fucks things up there. Consider the following method. Scramble. How far? Substring how far plus 1? Word length. Word substring. So it just swaps like 0, 1, 2, 3. It'll be Pyler com. B. I think it's B, but let me just double check this. One, 2. If you did substring 0, you'd be here, but the substring how far plus 1. So if you were at 0, 1, 2, 3, you're actually at 4. Euler com. So I guess it's C. To the N. 0, Yeah, if you said 0, you then hear 1, 2, 3, just calm. Yeah, I think it's C. 31. All this stuff. Zero following method. Mystery. K equals 0. The left minus K plus 1. The plus 1 K. Okay, the following cosine appears in another method in the same class. Int values, mystery values. Okay. What is printed? Man. Okay, so K 0 till here. We don't look at the last one. K plus 1, so this guy is equal to this guy plus this guy. Then this guy is equal to this guy. So it's going to be 5. This becomes 7. Then 8. Then 11. 5, 7, 8, 11. And then last guy doesn't change, I think. Because we only go up to... Does the last guy change? What's the length of this? This is 5. So for this, it goes up to 4. 0. This is 4, but then it goes up to 3. 0, 1, 2, 3. So you change. Huh. Does it? The last guy change? Fuck. What are we? We're adding this guy to the next guy. That's how you should think of it. And we only go up to here. 7, 8, 11, 19. 5, 7, 8. So I guess it's C. 31C. I'm not super confident on some of my answers now. I don't know if I'm gonna get 100%. Consider the following methods. Compute n and k, answer 1. For int I, k plus answer n. So it's like a factorial, I think. Yeah, it's doing factorial. Which of the words in range of turns? And oh wait, it's not. Is it a factorial? What is n and what is k? Oh, it's a powering. It's multiplying n by itself k times. Yeah, so it's C. It's n times n. Yeah, what would you see? 0, 5, sum 0, k equals 1, sum less 12, k less than 4, sum plus k. Let's print it out. Alright, so what we got here? K never changes, so this part is always true. While the sum 12, I think. Yeah. What a weird way. Like this fucking code. Why would anyone write it like this? Certifying class decorations. Sister go away. Two is good, one's bad. Is this stuff public? It's not public. So just 2. What's it? 34C. 34B, I mean. This is one of the reasons I don't like academic credentials or tests, because it's not representative usually of real work conditions. Result. I get printed out. Okay. So you have big number. Result times 10. What the heck? Plus this. Alright, I'm gonna do interpreter, play interpreter again. So we got result and you got num. So num is 2574. Result is 0. Result times 10 plus. So that becomes 4. Num divided. Oh, so it's just reversing the digits, I guess. Times 10 plus. So yeah, it's just reversing the digits. So was it 4752? 4752E. Test y min do 0 by 3. Print y equals y plus. Which of the following test data sets... What? Which of the following test data sets would test each possible output? You need something greater than x, greater than 9. You need some even. So let's see. Even, yes. Below 9 and above. So this looks good, right? No, it has to be odd and below and above. Whatever. Nothing even here, so that doesn't work. Hey, what? The first guy? 9. So C is looking good. You need something below 9. So D is bad. Yeah, it's gonna be C, 36C. X1 missing code. X plus 2. Consider following. Which of the proposed replacements would cause us to print only 135? So you want this to go 3 times, I guess. Would this work? X less than 6? 1, 3, 5. Yeah, that would work. X is nothing. No, that would not work. X less than 7. Would that work? Yeah, 1 and 3 will work, I think. 37D. Assume X and Y have been declared initialized with int values considered following Java program. Which of the following is equivalent to expression given above? Either Y is this, or X is in this range. So it has to both be true that Y is... I guess this is equivalent. Kind of annoying to write that way though. B is not equivalent. Wait, what is this? I was just swapping the ands and the ors? Yeah, not equivalent. Oh god, so it's A or D, I'm not sure yet which. And E is not equivalent. So what is, let me look at. Yeah, not this. So it's gonna be A, I think. 38A. Chris omitted. $27, gosh darn it. Okay, so we put in 27. Not this branch. And you call it fucking twice. Holy shit. What is this bullshit? Good thing we do, what's it called in functional programming? Algebraic substitution, I forget what it's called. Times 2. Referential transparency, that's what I'm thinking of. Good thing we got referential transparency here. What is it, 6? Oops. Undo. You would never use this skill in real life, like if you actually have a job somewhere. I hope not. If you do, then that's fucked up. 16. D. 39D. Like if you're working on a code base that does that shit, fuck that. Consider the following recursive method. What's it do? string, nice length, gradient 1, substring, temp, print. Result of what to do watch. Alright, we don't have referential transparency this time. There's side effects, but maybe it's not too bad to figure it out anyway. Minus what, 5? Gradient 1, yeah, it is, gradient 1. So then we do, what, the substring. So we do like on this. And just keep doing that, right? So we're going to keep pushing onto the stack until we get to probably, like, what is it, W? A, and it's still going to be 2, so then we get to W. Which then does nothing. So then we pop the stack and now we're at WA. And then we print out WA. Is there a printout before that? I was the first thing you print out is WA, but that's not one of the answers here, so what the heck? If you print pass and watch, there's gonna be 5, it's bigger than this, so then we do the substring. So 5, then we go to 4, right? It's gonna call with like what it's gonna call it with this basically without the H at the end. So now left is 4, so we go in here. Let's call again with what is 3, 2, then it calls. So when this is WA in this invocation, this is 2, so we go into here. Am I doing an off by 1 error here when I'm thinking about this len? No, I don't think, no. So yeah, so if this is W, this becomes W, so then we're calling this with W. W comes in here. This becomes 1, so we don't go into the if condition, and then we just return. So now we're here where this is W. Then it comes. Oh, it does print out W. Okay, so it's either C or D. Does it ever print out the full word? That's the question. So watch comes in here. No, because you only print, so it's C. What do you see? Do not go to section 2. You know, let's redo, where is it, 23? What's the one we skipped? We'll come back to this one. But I am going to go on to the next one, even though like no proctor is telling me to proceed because we're doing the speedrun thing. Oh, this fucking guy. Alright, let's just fucking do the interpreter. That's what we gotta do. I'll be angry if the guy in the video does like auto formatting. Maybe I'm not that angry. But I'm not doing auto formatting. Like if you're doing a pencil paper, I would just write here on the sheet, right? Like what the like I would take notes so I don't have to like copy and paste and reformat it. But because it's on the text pad, I gotta reformat. Okay, so we pass this in. So what's gonna happen? So K is animal size minus 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So K is 5. K is greater than 0. Yep. So then we get 5, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we get here. Does it start with a B? It does. So then what do? We add to animal at what? Size minus K. Let me just make a note here that size is 6. Size minus K is 1. All right. So we're adding it here. So we remove K. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we remove baboon. Okay, I got my indices wrong a little bit. We're adding at 1. Then we decrement K, so now we're at 4. K is greater than 0. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Doesn't start with B, do nothing, decrement 3. Again, does start with B. So we look at Where is it? We remove that guy, then we insert at 3. So 1, 2. So we insert right back here, I guess. Right? Is that right? If we insert 0, it'd go here. 1, 2, 3. So yeah, so we insert right here. Okay. Then 2 doesn't start with B. 1 does start with B. So we remove it. Then we insert at 5. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then decrement this. So it becomes 0. Conditions no longer satisfied, so we break out. So bear, zebra, bass. Cat, koala, baboon. So that's B. Okay, so let's go with B. All right, what's the time like? 46 minutes in. Okay, so now let's go to the next section. Oh, is this it? What is this? Quick reference. Oh, so I do have the quick reference. But it says don't go to the next section, but the quick reference. Okay, whatever. Show your work on a program same as written Java. Assume classes and lessons. Consider the following partial declaration for a word scrambler class. The constructor for a word scrambler class takes an even length array of string objects initialize the instance variables scramble word. What? Next word. To be implemented in part B. Recombine a string that contains the first half of word 1 and the second half of word 2. Okay. Mix words in an array of string objects. Words names even an array of string objects created by recombining pairs of strings in array words. Okay. Write word scrambler method recombine. This method returns a string created from its 2 strings as follows. Take the first element, concatenate to return new string. The second half contains the extra. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I think I understand what they're saying. So do they number these questions? This is question 1. Oh my goodness. Next time I'm not copying the comments because it's a pain to fix it. Okay, so let's see. Word 1 dot multiplied by 2. Return 1 dot substring. I include the first letter. I go point 1. So I'm gonna do this naively first, and then I'll double check this stuff later. I think you just do this. Right? You don't need, if you don't specify an endpoint, it goes to the end of the word. Point 1. So let's do the test case that they gave us. Where's it? Apple and pear? Where did they have it? Apple has length 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's going to be 0.2. So we're saying if we said 0 to 0, 0, 1, 2, so that looks good. Then 0.2, 4, so that's also 2. 0, 1, 2 to end, so that looks good. Okay. Then we got pear apple. Becomes, what was it? The 0, 1, 2, yeah, that's good. 0, 1, 2, yeah, that looks good. Okay, all test pass. Right, where's your method? Mix words. This method creates an array and returns a new array of string as well. It takes the first pair of string and words and combines them. What is words? Just an array of... Oh, here, okay. These pairs include the range of the data string, so W1 and W2. Combine one as arguments, and it should also include the results of recombined as one as arguments. The next two strings that exist would form the next pair, continue into all strings in the process. Rhyming words you may call recombined words, but regardless of word left is even. Okay, fine. This sounds straightforward enough. Right, we're just gonna get pairs of words. Word 1 is words I. Words 2 is words I plus 1, 1 plus 1. The output array is the same length, right? Yeah. What's that? We combined W1, W2. W2, W1. And is that it? Are we good? Hope you guys forgive me for mixed tabs and spaces. I think it's good. Unless, I may have got these two ordering mixed up, but let me just double check that. I think that's good. An array of positive integer. Okay, so we're on to question 2. Has the mounting property of elements are ordered such as increase the maximum value? So then 6 decrease the mounting class. The question shown below contains method that can be used to reference the array has mounting property of two methods. Positive integers unless index a check. At peak index. Yeah, it sounds straightforward. Get peak index. Okay. I'm just gonna skim over the stuff because I feel like I get what they're getting at. But the game returns the index of first peak found one exists. Peak is defined as an element whose value is greater. Oh, you can have multiple peaks. Okay. 0, 1, 2. 0, 1. Okay. Okay. Array length is greater than 1. They don't say what to do if you get an array with 1 or 2 elements. But I'm just going to make an assumption. We got 1 element. I'm just going to assume that that's the element. Returns what, the index? Yeah. Then if array, let me do it the other way. No, I guess if they're equal, then there's no peak, right? I don't know if this is what they have in mind because they're being a little bit ambiguous as to what to do in these cases. But like once you have at least 3 elements, that's when you can like quote unquote do the algorithm for real, or it's well defined what to do. So we're gonna iterate. We're gonna start at 1 and we're gonna stop before the end of the array. Hope I don't have a off by 1 error here. If what was it? Alright. I minus 1 less than this, and I is greater than plus 1, then we found a peak, so we return I. Otherwise, we haven't found a peak, so we return -1. So do I have an off by 1 error? I'm gonna assume no. No, I think I got right. Right is mountain? Okay. Wait, what about the other methods? Implementation not shown. I'm assuming I can call them, even though the implementation is not shown. I mean, they strongly hint that that's what they want you to do, but they don't ever explicitly say it, so it's kind of weird, but hopefully that's fine. Is it a mountain? Okay. We're going to do this similar thing here, because we're going to deal with like length 1 and 2 especially, because it's kind of weird. And then we're going to do 3 and above as the normal way. If it's 1, then it's always a mountain, I guess. If it's 2, I guess it's a mountain as long as the 2 guys are not the same, right? Because that means one of them is a peak. If they are the same, then it's like a plateau instead, I guess. Otherwise, array is length 3. Okay, so then what do? We look for a peak. What is it called? Get peak? Get peak index. False. Okay, so we do have a peak now, and then we just say, what's it called? Is ascending or something like that? Is increasing array up to the peak, and is decreasing the array from the peak. Let me just check the contract to be sure. If for each j such that 0j, not including the peak, j is less than the next one. Yeah, that's fine. Such that, so we do include the start this time. Array length -1. If we do include the start, that's still fine, I think. Yeah, because the peak should be the biggest one anyway. Yeah. Okay, looks good. Next question. Two-dimensional array of temperatures is represented in the following class. Location. What? Returns new temperature? Okay. It's all, or not all the new values. So a little ambiguity here, right? Like, is this all the updates then like transactionally, or can like, if I update, like this, if I update this column to some temperature, then I update this column, do I look at the temperature here after the update or before the update? Two, 3. Nope. 2, 3. So they're doing y then x. So average of this. All right, fine. 1, 1. Average of 100. 40, 0, yeah. 0, 2. So they do y then x. 1, 3. Average of 100. 40. Yeah. Okay. So implement that. It sounds easy enough. So it sounds like they're going towards atomic updates. Transactional. Do I know the length of the array? I must, right? Yeah, I have temps here. But do I have somewhere? Okay, I'm assuming it's like a exactly rectangle. It's not like a staggered array of, you know, like each element of temps has the same length. I'm just gonna rename this because it's easier for me to think about. So they always give y than x. No, wait, I'm not gonna do it because they notate here. So they want. Okay. So, did you assume about, yeah, so their index is always gonna be valid, so I don't have to worry about that. And there has to be at least one row, or else they could not give me a valid row, so I don't have to worry about that either. Let's see. So there's 4 cases where I can hit the edge, right? Like top, down, left, right type of thing. If is it called temps? Is that the name of the variable? It is. Okay. So if you ask for this, it's unchanged. If you ask for this, it's unchanged. Let me just do it as an OR actually. And then if you ask what if row is equal to num rows minus 1, or all is equal to num call minus 1, then it's also unchanged. Otherwise, you actually have something interesting to do. Otherwise, we return. Let's see. So we'll look at this guy, this guy, this guy, and this guy. I'll divide by 4. I think that's it. Update all tests. Security needs for every the UMS should be based on original, so we necessarily create 2 another. Yeah, okay. Once all the coming with the UMS. Whatever you there is. Okay. So start off by saying intolerance by default, yes it is, until we find an example where it isn't. Then new temps is like a double, I guess, right? What is the syntax for this? I don't remember the syntax for creating a double whatever array. I'm just gonna make a guess. I don't remember for sure. I think you have to like then you have to do like each in their array separately, but I'm not sure. So that's a little crappy. Here, let me just do this also, so that because we're gonna need this information also. Let's see. So then for each row, switch between R and I here. Because we're looking at each cell. What we're going to do is, okay, the first time we look at the row, we got to initialize the inner array for that. Something like this? I don't remember for sure. Hopefully I won't get too many points docked off for this. I guess we'll find out later. Yeah, so now, what's it called? Compute temp RC. Let me do the tolerance stuff later. I'll come back to it. But okay, so at this point now, new temp should have all the right temperatures. So then we're just gonna go through them again. I just realized intolerance is like a pun. I'm trying to say, with tin tolerance is what I'm trying to say. If math the absolute of, what is it? Temps it's called? Yeah, temps RC minus new temp RC is greater than tolerance. And tolerance equals false. And then we need the side effect of the update. Temps RC equals new temp RC. I believe that is it. We are done with that. What is this? I guess we're on a different question now. Yeah, okay. Score digit relative each score represents score info. Each score info object contains a score value and number of students who earn that score. What? Okay, got it. Histogram is what they're doing. The database scores are sorted in order. The scores are sorted in order in the database. It's increasing order. Okay. I wouldn't do it like this, but whatever. I would do like a map from score to the number of students with that score. We recur to score and then keep the database increasing order. If no other score info object score and user otherwise the first granted. Array of student test scores. If score exists in the score does not exist, new score info is created. It returns true. Sad, otherwise returns false. Okay, I don't like this API design, or I mean, I don't like the design that they did, but that's the question, so we gotta do it that way. So you have a score. So first thing is there an existing entry? It's in increasing order, right? So for int, I'm going to try to find where to insert it, possibly at an existing entry. Is it list or size? I mean, length or size? I think it's size for collections. If I'm not going to do binary search, I mean, we could. But for now, I don't think they care about time optimizations here. What's a API get score? Wait, which way do I want it? The score is bigger, I want to move on to the next. So if this is bigger, then I want to do here. Okay, so now I know where to insert it, and I know whether or not to insert or whether to update. What's a contract? Okay, so if there is an existing entry, I'm just going to call the increment on it, I think. Actually, I can probably refactor this. Like right here, I know what I'm doing, right? No, I don't because if I can hit the end, so what happens if I hit the end? So I guess maybe I want to initialize index to be the end of the array. So that if it doesn't go in here, we just put it at the end. Yeah, okay. So if there is an existing entry, we get it, and then we call increment on it, right? That's the name of the method? Yeah. And then we return true or false or something like that. What's the contract again? If a new was added, okay, so return false in this case. Otherwise, we were true, and we added one. Is it add or is it put? I don't remember. I think it's add. We're adding at that index a new. It's score info. Is that right? Sounds right. Res stats method records score, which takes an array, scores and records. Is at most one score object per unit? Yeah. Okay. This one seems trivial given the way I wrote this one, right? For each score in the scores, record that score. Done. Stop. End of exam. Shit. Where's the timer? Pause. 1:14. Almost exactly 1:14. Oh, here's the answers. Yeah, I guess we'll grade it now. Let's see. Did I get it right? Put this here, put this over here. So how am I gonna... Oh, we didn't talk about 18 yet. Do I want to talk about 18? Well, we'll get to it. Okay. So what's the notation I'm gonna do? Plus for good, or I don't know. Oops. I do cumulative score. So 1 point. C is correct. A is correct. B is correct. C is correct. C is correct. E is correct. B is correct. C is correct. B is correct. A is correct. I'm nervous. It's because it's embarrassing if I get something wrong, right? And then you guys all laugh at me or whatever. 12. C is correct. 13B. Interesting. I got one wrong. So there goes the 100%. What is 13? Let's look at, well, let's do all the scoring and then we'll come back and look at it in a moment. 14. E is correct. 15A. 16D. and then we'll revisit this one also, because I don't remember what it was. I remember something like, oh, this question is badly phrased or something like that, but I don't remember exactly what I saw. I remember saying like, yeah, they want me to answer B, but B is not the correct answer or something like that. 20E. 21D. That is correct. 22B. 23B. 24D. 25B. Oops. 26A. 27D. Oh, I was unsure, but maybe I should have gone back and checked on, but too late now, I guess. 28E. 29E. 30C. 31C. Well, turns out I was right anyway. 32C. 33E. Wow, I got this one wrong. Okay. 30. Yeah, I'm sorry, I got a little confused by the numbering here. 34B is correct, which we have 32 points now. Let me just double check, make sure I didn't make a mistake here. 32C was correct, 33C was a mistake. Yep, okay. So 35, I said E, and it is E. 36, I said C, and it is C. 37, I said D, it is D. 38, I said A, it's A. 39, I said D, it's D. 40, I said C, and it is C. Do we have answers for the correctly finds middle name? Okay. I guess, okay, so the way we're going to do, we'll come back to this one later, but I guess what I'll do for this part is I'll open up an IDE or something like that, and I'll like write unit tests or something, you know, like to check how many points I would have gotten there. Canonical solutions. I guess we can compare, like, well, we'll do that later. Okay, let's just check out the multiple choice, and we'll come back to that section in a moment. Okay, so I got 13 wrong. I already forgot what the correct answer was. I tried not to look there. So I'm see if I can now find the correct answer, you know, knowing that it's not C, but not knowing what it actually is, and try to figure out why I got wrong. Consider the following code statement. What would be printed? So I said C, but it's not C. Why is it not C? Let's see. We print the index, and then we print the element at the index. So it definitely prints out 0, right? Because we started. Oh, but only if there's a condition met. Okay, so this is condition met. What's the condition? Is my guy bigger than the guy after? Is 7 bigger than 2? It is. So it should print out 0, and then it should print out what that guy is. So 7. So it's either B or C, and they're saying it's not C, so it must have been B. 3 at the end. Three. If this guy is B. Oh fuck. Yeah, it's B. I just, like, in my head, I got bigger and smaller flipped or something. Right, because 3 is bigger than 0, so it should print out 3. For some reason, I was thinking it has to be bigger, like 0 is smaller than 10, so it would, you know, I flipped the conditional. So it shouldn't be, I think. It's going to be doubly embarrassing if the correct answer was not B. Let me just go check that. What's it? 13? 13 is B. Okay, scroll all the way back up. Let's come back to, let's do 18, because this is the one. I got it right, but I don't like the way they phrase our question. So let's see what that question was again. Oh yeah, okay. Okay, so why I knew they wanted B, but B is not correct. Why? Math.random returns a number between 0 and 1, where 0 is inclusive and 1 is exclusive. And then because of the int here, you do it floors, like it rounds down basically, whatever whatever this thing is into an integer. And the way they phrase it is, look, assume that this is an array list that has been correctly constructed in populative objects. Which of the following expression produces a valid random index for my list? A valid random index is any like index that if you were to dereference it would not throw like index out of bounds exception. Nowhere in here does it say anything about uniform or anything like that. And they shouldn't say uniform, because if they do say it has to be uniform, then this this question is extremely difficult, because B is not uniform. Like there's going to be a slight bias in the, like it would take a lot of work to prove, you know, uniformity of the random number generator. It's close to uniform, but it isn't like perfectly uniform. So given that it doesn't need to be uniform, as long as it produces a valid index in this range, that should satisfy the answer. And the thing is, like, I don't even want to give him a technicality. Like, I'm not even going to go on a technicality where I say, like, let's say someone said, oh, you know, this, let me just, if someone did this, right, and they're like, oh, look, this is a random valid index, right? It only looks at the lower half, but it's every index is valid, and it's always randomly chosen, you know, that type of thing. I would say, okay, I'm not going that far. I'm saying you have to have a non-zero chance of picking every index that is valid. So it has to, like, you know, there's no valid index for which the probability is 0, but it doesn't have to be uniform necessarily, because it's very, very difficult to prove it's uniform. And you know, given that interpretation, then some of these other guys also work. This guy A does not work because math.random might return 0, and then 0 minus 1 is -1, which is not a valid index, so A is out. A bad, B good, C is B, E. Okay, C. So the thing with C here is that because math.random returns a random number between 0 and 1, but 1 is exclusive, it will never actually return 1, right? It could return 0.99999 or whatever. So let's say this is some value, I don't know, like 5 or something like that, right? Let's say this is, or even like a billion, like, you know. So 0.99999 times like a billion or 5 or whatever is going to be some value less than 5 or a billion or whatever, right? I think. Let me think about this. I might have gotten this wrong, but oh, maybe C doesn't actually work. So let's say the list is actually 5, right? Size 5. So then you can never actually, like, math.random times size is never actually gonna be 5. It's gonna be like 4.9999. When you floor it, it becomes 4. But then you add 1, it becomes 5, and then 5 is not a valid index. So actually, C is wrong. C does not produce a valid thing. Huh. Okay, so maybe the question was good after all. Maybe there is only one possible answer. Because for some reason I was thinking, like, you would always, you know, it would always be too small because of the 1 exclusive, and then the +1 would put you back at the perfect range or something like that. But I guess maybe that reasoning was wrong. Oh, this one. Let's say the list is 5, then it goes to 6. So you could get 5.99 floor. Yeah, okay, so this is bad. Okay, so maybe the question was okay after all. my mistake. I still got the right answer because I knew what they were trying to do, but I guess my reasoning for why some of these answers might have been possible was incorrect. This one, I don't, like, does the API allow this? I don't remember. Maybe there's an API that lets you do this, and maybe there isn't. But this is like an API memorization question to know this one. No, I guess no, there isn't. I think what I'm thinking of is this is bad because what I'm thinking of is there's something called like random.nextInt or something like that, and then you pass an n, and then it returns a value between Yeah, which is different from this thing. Okay, so that's fine. And then 33 is what I got wrong. I said C, it's not C. So let's see what 33 was. Insert the font code segment. Sum k equals 0. Or sorry, sum equals 0. What gets printed out? I said C, but it's not C. Huh. So what is it? Oh my god. No, okay. I thought like I was nice. Okay. What the heck? I thought this was adding sum to itself, but it's not. It's doing what I originally thought, which is it's just adding k. Like it's taking sum, adding k to it, then k is always 1. Huh. Let me, okay, I'll play interpreter here, but like I still think it's C. So what the heck? So sum is 0, k is 1. I get to this line. Sum is less than 12, or k is... Oh, fuck. It's an infinite loop. Yeah, should have been E. Is that the answer? That's gotta be it. 33E. Yep, okay. Did the guy get 100%? That's pretty good. The thing is, like, you can do like unless you're paying super careful attention, you can do minor slip ups and really like, you know, miss small things. And so it's really hard because like it's one shot, because after you've done it, it's not blind anymore. But it's also a speed run, right? So you want to go fast, but you also want to be careful. So it's an interesting balance. Okay, so let's talk about let's do this one. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up an IDE. Here's my IntelliJ, and we'll just check these things here. Correctly finds middle index of each word. I mean, to some degree, I guess this is always going to be a little bit subjective, right? Like, as if you're the person grading the exam, you have to make a judgment call as to like, because like, I mean, sometimes it's obvious, but sometimes it's like, did he correctly get the index? Because he correctly got the index +1, but he also uses it correctly somewhere else, right? Implying that he knew it was the index +1 or whatever. So you know, how do you grade that? But I mean, that's a worry for the educators, not for me. Oops. Unable to find Gradle java.string. Or hopefully that's in a different project. I got a bunch of projects open. Hopefully that's for a different project, not this project, and we can worry about it later. Okay. Well, let's see. Does this even work? We had some unit tests for this one, right? Like Pear and Apple or something like that. Yeah, these guys. So the recombine of Apple and Pear should be, I don't have typos, Pear, and was, let me make this static just so it's easy for me to invoke it, so I don't have to instantiate the thingy. Was it Apple, Bear, but actually I mean Pear. And then we had Pear and Apple, and it was like Apapole or Peppo, that's it. Okay, so first opportunity for embarrassment, you know, the unit test doesn't pass. Wait, what? Why can't I execute this? Can I find symbol substring? What is the actual thing called? Oh my god, do I not have the Java library set up correctly? What's wrong with the... with my environment. Okay, can we just compile everything now then? Wow, am I missing the JDK? What is going on? Let me, because this is kind of a Kotlin project, so let me just check something. I want to create... Wait, why is this not a module anymore? What the heck is happening? This is one of my sources. Oh, okay. Okay, so I did capital S for substring, but it's actually lowercase s. I think this is going to be okay. Like, I don't think the instructor would dock points on that, especially like on the pencil and paper exam. All right, so can I run this now? For a spacer, but it looks right. Let me just be extra sure. Yeah, Peplin, APAR. Okay, recombine. Correctly finds middle index of each word. I guess I did. Correctly forms first half of word 1 and second half of word 2 using identified index. Can be off by 1. I think I did that given this, given this thing. First half and second half of each word is correct length. Second half of odd word length is 1 character longer than the first half. I think I did that. Concatenate, yeah, so let's, this is kind of, it's weird like grading your own work, but I'm going to say I got 4 out of 4 on that thing. Part B, mixed words. Copy this in. And then was there a unit test for this one too? I think there were. I think they gave more or less like some test cases for all of them. So let's try to get that mixed word. Okay, yeah, so given this array, this is, yeah, the array literal syntax. Nobody uses array anymore. Like, who even, like, come on. It's fucking 2021 now. Who uses arrays? Should I actually use, like, actual unit testing? Because I know, like, Auto do some of these for me, I think. I don't have a Java folder for that, though. Maybe make these, like, public, I guess. I was gonna say, like, default or package private or whatever, but let's just make it public. It's no big deal. And I think I can tell IntelliJ to set up all the stuff for me. I don't like JUnit 5. Let's do JUnit 4. I want to test these guys. Yes. And yeah, just add it, whatever. Do I have Hamcrest? I hope so. Recombine apple pear. Was it a par? Do I have Hamcrest? I might not have Hamcrest. I feel like I don't have Hamcrest. So what do I have? Equal to's? Do I have any matchers at all? Oh, I do have Hamcrest. I think. Maybe I don't have Hamcrest. I think I have Hamcrest in one of my other packages. Maybe this one. So let me copy and paste it. Nope. Even Hamcrest. Yeah, just give me all of Hamcrest. Give me all of it. Where's Grado? Grado. And then... Oh, but it's Coughlin Grado, not the normal Grado. Here. This is good, right? Oh, it wants double quotes. That's the problem. I'll import that stuff. I was gonna say the swear word, but it's okay. Okay, meanwhile, pair apple was like pep play or something like that. I don't remember. So I do have core mattress yet. Or sure, just add to the class path. That's fine also. Just make sure everything's working when we put a mistake in on purpose. Yeah, okay. So unit test is now working. Remember this thing. Okay, so then mixed words is the other thing I want to test. So, and the example was this thing. Assert that the mixed words of this is something else. And then they have the example is this thing. Does array have equality on it? I might have to like do some weird mattress stuff if it doesn't. Go. What? I'm missing a semicolon. Or I have too many close brackets. That's the real problem. Recombine mixed word works. Okay. Creates and returns a result of the correct length. I guess I must have, because, you know, there's this. It passes, attempts to loop over all pairs. I must have, because, or else where would these strings come from? Correctly combines pairs of strings. Must use recombine. Must use recombine? I would, if I were the test creator, I would not require them to use recombines, but I, you know, as long as they gave the right answer, but whatever. Must store all new string pairs in the result array. Which I did. Okay, so I guess that's 5 out of 5 on that one. Mountain. Get peak index. All right, let's see what their test data is. Temperature grid. Mountain. Here, a bunch of test cases. Okay. So I'll get my, where's the peak index? Ooh, this guy's already static. Get this guy in there. Then I'll do an add test for peak, get peak index. Sort that hello world get peak index of a bunch of cases. New array of, was it 11, 22, 33, 32, 11 is 2. What's wrong? Oops. And then how many use cases do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1122. 1122 should give 1. 1122, 33, 5577 should give -1. 99, 33, 55, 77, and 20 should give -1. 99, 33, 55, 77, 55 gives 3. 33, 22, 11 should give -1. One more opportunity to embarrass myself. Doesn't like the stuff pass. It does. Wow. What a relief. I was nervous there. Let me write all the unit tests for this and then we'll look at the grading schema in a moment. Is mountain. Okay. Oh, but I need the is increasing and is decreasing method, which they don't give the implementation for. I think we can probably implement that not too difficultly. This is like start or stat or ending point or something like that. Stop. Okay. And it's exclusive, right? They did for stop. Yeah. Int j 0, j less stop, j plus plus. Increasing for an empty array is trivially true. I guess I'm not going to worry about edge cases. I'm going to say we're not going to do error checking or anything like that. We're just going to say there's at least, what, 3 elements in the array? I think in all the test cases there are 3 elements in the array. If j is ever, if array of j is ever smaller than the last value, then it's not increasing. Otherwise, the last value is array of j, and then you keep going. And then eventually, you went all the way to the end and it worked, then it is increasing. For decreasing, this is the start, I believe. Yeah, so then I guess we don't need the temporary variable actually. For j is equal to the start, j less than array.length, j plus plus. Last value is going to be start. So actually we're going to start at +1. If it's ever the case, oh, do I have to do is equal? No. Okay. Yeah, okay, so if it's ever less than or equal, then it's not increasing anymore. So if it's ever the case that last value is, I want it to be bigger, right? Bigger or equal to array.j. No, that's okay. That's if it's good if it's like that, but it's bad if it's like this. If the last value is ever smaller or equal to the next value, then it's not decreasing. So return false. And then we update the last value is equal to array.j, and then otherwise we return true because it passed everything. Okay. So then there are test cases for is mountain. Insert that hello world.isMountain of 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. This is the example I have. It's true. And then how many examples? 1, 2, 3, 6. One, two, 1, 2 is false. 1, 2, 3, 1, 5 is false. One, 4, 2, 1. 0 is true. 9, 3, 5. 9, 3, 5, 7, 5 is false. 3, 2, 1 is false. All right, execute. It worked. Okay. Actually, yeah, let's just do all the unit tests and then we'll do all the grading schemes at the end, I guess. So we're doing the temperature thing. Compute temp. Oh my god, I don't want to write the unit test for this. We're not going to do the unit test for this one. This was like way too much of a pain. Screw that. Oh, but I probably have to, like, to actually make sure I did this stuff right. Oh gosh. Okay, fine. We'll do it. If I haven't yet, I haven't mentioned yet, but I'll probably, like, in the YouTube video or whatever, I'm gonna put a, like, in the description or something, there's gonna be a link to, like, if you want to skip all this bullshit and go to the end where I'm like give my final words or whatever. That should be there. I guess I gotta put this into a class because it's doing like field stuff. Field access. Temps is what, an array of double or something like that? Yeah. Is there a helper method for like creating an array to the array like this, or is it just a huge pain no matter what? What's it called? Compute temp? Oh, it has to be double, please. I was like, please tell me this is the right syntax for this. $95.5. This is such bullshit. $100. $100. $100. Another $100. And then 10.3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 5. That's what? 0, 0, 0, 0. Oops. 50, 40, 20, 0. 40, 20, 0. 50, 40, 20, 0 again. Okay. Same thing. Okay. Same thing again. I think the test maker was also like, this is bullshit, and they didn't want to come up with like interesting test cases. And then everything here is 0. Insert that. Temp. Is it not visible? It's probably not visible. view temp of what? 2, 3 is 37.5. 1, 2, 3, 4 examples. 1, 1, 0, 2, 1, 3. And then the answers are 47.5, 100, 60. Am I going to be embarrassed? I am not going to be embarrassed. Of course not, because I always do everything perfectly and I get everything perfectly right the first time always. This is the same example. 3, looks like it. Okay, so we can just do it here. Should return false. Okay. Temp dot. What did I call it? Or did I not paste it in yet? I probably didn't paste it in yet. There's Sublime, here it is. Update all temp. I'll be angry if they dock points for inefficiency. I remember at some point I'm like, oh, I call it new temp somewhere, but then I call it temp somewhere else. Hopefully they don't dock points for that. It doesn't sound like they do. Given the grading schema, they don't say anything about like minor typos or whatever. And it would be unreasonable anyway, because like doing it on pencil and paper. There's a tolerance that they pass in their example. 0.01. It's false. And then temps listing should be mutated. As I combine mutated and modified, as it should have been mutified or something like that, is equal to this value. 47.5, 27.5, 15, 60, 37.5, 20, 60, 37.5, 20, 47.5, 27.5, 15, I think I did it right, but I'm a little bit... I got confused because you're like the rows are shifting, or the columns, I mean, are shifting. But this looks okay, so let's see if I'm going to be embarrassed. Go! Not embarrassed. Okay, phew. Alright, what's next? School district, right. Score info class. Okay. We'll probably have to copy and paste that score info thing in, but I'm just going to copy and paste like the minimum stuff needed. So we have record, which is it's in a class called stats. I probably need that class. Okay, so root static class stats, and then we're going to put our record method in there. We need score list, which I believe was an array list of score info. Yep, which means we need the score info class. So I'll get static score info. We'll import this. And then we need the body of the score info class. Is this going to compile if I just copy it like this? I don't know if the PDF stuff is going to mess things up. We'll see, I guess. No, looks good. Okay, cool. So let's test record. At test void stats record. Oh, there is no test for that one. You just got a whole... Okay. So I guess we're... Okay, let's move on to the grading schema then. No unit test for that one. Where's the text editor? Here it is. Okay, so then get peak index. Do I call the get peak method? I believe I do. Wait, no. I didn't... Well, look at it. Do I loop over the array? I guess we're talking about this array. And yes, I do loop over it. Do I access a consecutive triplet array? Value must be in the context of the loop. I guess this is what they mean by the triplet. Like -1, I, and then I plus 1. Access all and only triplets, no boundary errors. I don't think I have boundary errors. I mean, it's hard to tell, but I like the unit test pass. Compare for peak. Compares the middle element of the array triplet to both previous and subsequent. Yep, I definitely do that. Determines if element array is a peak. I guess I do that. Returns a peak. Yeah, so I guess that's 5 out of 5. Is mountain. Though I call the is get peak index. Yes, I do. Calls is increasing and decreasing. Yes, I do. Returns false when get peak index returns -1. Yes, that is correct. And does not call is increasing this year. I mean, I feel like you could call it anyway. Like, I wouldn't take points off of that, but it doesn't matter because I don't call it in that case. Returns true if it has, yep. So what's that, 4 points? So 4 out of 4. Compute temp. Returns border element. So checks border condition, which I do. Returns element when on border. Yep, I do that. Compute semaphore adjacent elements. Must not assign to an int. Oh, because they don't want rounding, right? Yeah, I mean, I do that, and I don't. Returns average when not on border. So that's 4 out of 4. Update all temp. Instantiates a new double array with the same number of rows and columns as temp. I believe I do. Yeah, here it is. I do that. Calls compute temp and stores the results in the corresponding elements of the new array. Yeah, I do that. At exit, temps contains all the... Yep, we have an assert, a unit test that confirms that. Returns whether all temps... Yeah, and we have that. Although, like, they didn't have a lot of test cases, so I don't know if there's an edge case where I'm going to miss something. But, you know, if I'm a lazy evaluator and I just read this, I'm like, yep, you know. Okay. This is the one with no unit test. Compare score value with the value retrieved from object in list. Must use get score. Yep, I do that. Compare score with all appropriate entries in score lists. No bounce error, early exit, or infinite loop. I don't know what they mean by all appropriate as entries. I think I'm doing the right thing, but if they mean you literally have to look at all of them, that doesn't make sense, right? Because it's sorted. This one's trickier. I'll say I'll give a mystery on this one. Creates a new score info object containing score. I do that somewhere, right? Yeah, here it is. Inserts option to list based on the comparison other than equality with object in list. Points on the word if insert more than one. I think I only insert once. Yeah. Insert new current in score list once and only once in maintain numerical order and uniqueness. I believe I do that. No destruction of existing data. Yeah, fine. All score info objects in score list have correct frequency after updates. I think so. Correct return boom based on whether or not score info is added. Pretty sure that's right. Adds a score list inside for each loop of score list. Oh. Do I do that? No, I don't. Because I only add the score list out here. Okay. So 7, so it's like 6 plus mystery guy out of, like, we're not sure about that one. Out of 7. Quick loops or scores and see, yep. Calls for her and content, yep. So 2 out of 2. Example, let's compare They're canonical answers with my answers. Word of 1 divided by 2, that's this guy. Word 2 dot substring. Yeah, so basically, I basically did the same thing they did. Mix words. Result is a new string, yep. For this, length, k plus 2. Yep. Mountain. Wow, theirs is a lot simpler than mine. Oh, because they don't do these like these boundary checks, right? They just do this thing, I guess. 1k length minus 1 plus for array is this, and then k and k bigger than this. Return. Yeah, so this part is exactly what they did. It's just I don't think they correctly handle the case where there's 1 or 2. So whatever. Is mountain. Yeah, again, they don't handle the 1 and 2 case, but otherwise, let's see what they do. Peak is to get peak. If it's -1, return false, which is, yeah, they're doing increasing, yeah, basically the same. Compute temp. If this or this, or this, or yeah, okay, that's the same. It's funny, you know, what they collapse into one statement and I don't, and what I collapse into one statement and what they don't. They're doing the +1 -1 plus 1 and divide. Yeah, okay. We did the same thing. New temps is so you can just do it like that? I wasn't sure about that syntax. I was scared to do that syntax, but okay. And they all do it in one for loop. Oh, interesting. They just swap out the object. I was thinking like you know, we have a reference to the object and we want to mutate that object. Not that we want to update the reference, but whatever. It's either way. I think mine is acceptable. I mean, there's nothing in the schema that said you shouldn't do what I did, but both approaches, like, there's different pros and cons with this. The thing is, like, working with arrays is weird. It would be more clear if they were working with like a class that was either mutable or immutable. Then it's obvious which one you should be doing. Like this makes sense if you're working with an immutable object, but arrays are mutable. So my thinking would be what you would do usually if you had a reference to a mutable object. But okay, put that aside. You call compute temp and you just check the max absing tolerance. Yeah, this all looks fine. All right, this is the guy with no unit tests. So okay, it's less than, okay, yeah, that's the boundary condition. Scores figure. Okay, so he gets the index first, then he goes in and then checks if by retrieving it. And if it's there, we increment it. If it's not there, yeah, this looks fine. Alternate solution. Yeah. Actually, I like this one. This is pretty smart. I didn't think about this thing at the end. The end, for instance. Yeah. Okay. Wait, so what was the one that was iffy about? Because I feel like this solution, this is basically the same. What? Okay, what was the one? Let me read the grading schema. Oh, with the all appropriate entries. So what did they do? Yeah, they do break out. Yeah, so they go out there and then they stop as soon as they find the thing, right? Because they're saying like once the score gets too big, we break out a loop. And similar here, this is an early turn. Okay, so this is definitely 7 to 7. Oops. So I think I got 2 multiple choice wrong and I got full marks on all the free answers. If I'm just scrolling real quickly. Total score is like 100, right? I'm guessing. 40, 44, 49, 49, 56, 60, 64, 69, 76, 78. Wait, it's out of 78? Is it really? Or did I miscount? 40, 44, 49, 49, 54, 58, 62, 67. I must have been counting somewhere because I'm getting different numbers now. 67, 74, 76. Does it say at the beginning what the grading schema is? Oh, percentage of grade. Okay, so let me go all the way to the end. So there's 40 questions, and I got 38 out of them, right? So, and this is, we weigh this for 50% of the grade. Then we go to section 2. Oops. There's 4 questions, 50. Okay, so it's just like whatever, right, for the weight. So let me just write down all. Well, I mean, it's 100%. I got 100% the second, so it's 100%, which is weight for 50%. So in other words, I can consider that as like 40 out of 40 just to give them, you know, the same denominator, which is equivalent to 78 out of 80, which is 97.5% is my grade, I guess. I did not get 100%. Let's see what this guy did now.
Might be a little iffy. The real exam costs like $80 and you have to have like a proctor watching you to make sure you're not cheating and all that jazz. So we're gonna be skipping all that and we're just gonna be using a practice exam. What's this? I can't use any calculators, but they give us a quick reference chart with just some basic Java libraries, and I have pulled that up in another tab here, and it just gives us some basic functions we can call.
Wow, how did he know where the reference is if he didn't scroll through the PDF? Like, did he really do this with no preparation? A little sus.
And then we're going. All right. Yeah, I already checked that. And here we go. First question. Considering the following method, mystery, assume the array nums has been declared and initialize the file return.
He does read out loud, so that's good that it's comparable between what I did. Because I think we can do it faster
skipping every 2. So
if we don't
and then 0,
if we don't read the questions out loud.
It's gonna add 2, so it's gonna go here. So it's gonna be 4, 5, 7. I think it's this.
But we did for like
and skips 2 and then goes there. Is there one more 5? There's one with 5. I'm so nervous right now. X is 0. Array.
I know how you feel about nervousness.
We're 100%
Oops.
getting this. All right, what's 0? It's gonna be 2. Second index is 0, 1, 2. Yeah, I'm feeling confident. It's gonna be a C. I said I was gonna speedrun. I need to be faster. Consider the following partial class decoration. Some class. M, my A, my B, my C. Consider the following decoration appears in another class. Which of the following code settings will compile?
I wish I could go faster than 2x.
Int x object get A.
I'm gonna speed through this a little bit. Like, I'm gonna skip forward. I'll give it a full watch later, but I sort of want to do.
I just be more confident and not read the other questions. This is how I always take my tests.
I'm doing like what's it called? Like a reaction video, you know, reacting to how he's doing stuff.
Right,
which I've never done before. I think this is the first reaction video I've ever done on my channel.
Segment x is 7, y is 3, which is printed as a result of x.
CB. I'm just and now.
6. N is 6.
Ooh, what is that for? What is this notation he's coming up with?
This feels bad. All right.
Let me go back and see the beginning of this question because I'm very curious about why is he.
Weight's not gonna do it. It's just B.
Oh, he went B. That's wrong, right?
Segment x is 7, y is 3, which is printed as a result of executing the code.
Is he gonna come back to it? Is he gonna fix it at the end? Does he get 100%?
Is less than 0, false. So it's gonna print 7 divided by 3. Ooh, I'm pretty sure this is gonna be int division. I know in Python what actually happens here. Well, obviously it's one of these two. This is a 50-50. All right, if I was Java, what would I do? I'm pretty sure this does regular division. But how sure am I? I'm pretty sure it would be regular. I don't remember. Okay, so in some languages you like add a 0.0 to make it a float when you do this. I don't remember doing that in Java, but maybe I did. Why would it do this to me?
Yeah, I feel bad for the guy. I think at the beginning of the video he said something like he's not used to Java. I'm pretty used to Java, so I have a bit of an advantage over him in this case.
Or this is the one I'm not sure about. We might come back to that one. Which of the following is printed as a result of executing the following statement? In this case, 6. 6.
Although in my day-to-day, I use Kotlin rather than Java, but like, you know, the data types are similar in Kotlin versus Java, so...
It starts here. And...
Okay,
1, 2,
let's speed through, see if there's any more interesting stuff.
tolerance, work. Insert equal.
Did you see there?
9.
C is correct.
1 and no.
What's with these numbers? Why is it 5 for... Oh, it's backwards numbering. He's saying like it's relative line numbering. Oh, he doesn't know 6. Let me see what is his comments on 6.
Insert equal.
Trying to go to the beginning of where he starts reading the question.
1 times 1 is 1 plus 3 is 4. Wait, why do they only have 1? Am I tripping? Int 6. Int k is less than or equal to 6. Yeah.
Seeing this video is actually giving me a lot of relief. Like the fact that he's freaking out makes me feel better, because I was like, am I freaking out? Like, am I dumb? Like, why am I freaking out so much for these questions?
Considered equal. For example, given a tolerance of values of would be considered equal.
How does he not know this one? There's like
Tolerance. Oh, this is a weird question. Which of the following should
it has to involve math.abs, and there's only one answer. Like, you don't even have to read the rest. Math.abs. That's it.
You add them and divide them by 2. What in the world is this? I don't know. Alright, I'm gonna come back to this one. This one's hurting my brain.
Wow. Okay.
Because they all look kind of right to me, but I know they're not. Consider the following class person. Assume that the following declaration has been made. Person student is equal to new person Thomas. Which of the following statements is appropriate for changing the name of student from Thomas to Tom? Okay, what am I going to
Speed up a little bit. With D.
Alright, where's the constructor? There is no there's 2 constructors, so I can call it.
Yeah, that's correct.
Consider the following methods.
C correct.
They're d.length.
B correct.
Alright, fine.
C correct.
Okay. Which of the following can be used to replace express?
Oh, he got it right and I got wrong.
Returns
Okay.
the total amount.
So yeah, he got B there.
Replace missing code. Alright, that's
E correct.
Consider the following. One of the
Got screwed over by the off-by one error. The programmer's biggest bane. C correct.
int values.
B.
Into which of the following? Oh, it wants us to do the thingy where we like
Did he think the same thing I did, or did he just get it for this one? The one where I was like, I don't like this question, blah, blah, blah.
array list. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is okay. Let's go with B. Nice insta. Let's center our list.
He just doesn't think about it. He's like, yeah, it's probably fine. Move on. Let's not think about this. The true speedrunner.
Just cancels this not. The following methods. Array method. Which of the following describes the array method does to the
B is correct.
change it to. No, I'm just. Does not happen.
Oh, did he check his time? No. His camera just died or something.
Happens, which help me. Cat.
C.
Alright, so we're looking through every element in this thing.
Ooh, he went with C. So he got that wrong. Let me see what his reasoning was.
Removes happen in. That would still bad. No boy. Because I know for sure it can't. Pages per minute. If that is in this. Alright, we're just done. I know what this is for sure, and no bueno. Yeah. 100%. Yeah, I'm not gonna read another runs. Consider the following instance variable and method. Assume that animals has been instantiated and initialized with the following contents. Okay. What will the contents be?
Yeah, this is the one that fucked me. Like I said, I don't like this. I'm coming back later, and then I. Yeah, so this is a tough one. So I'm not super surprised that people will get this wrong.
Trying to hurt my brain. Alright, so we're looping through. We're starting at the end of the list. So we're gonna start baboon, and if the first letter is a B, okay, which it is, we're gonna do something, and then we're gonna add animals.size minus k. What?
Yeah, seriously. Like, what is it like? If I saw this in real life, and like I was like, fire the guy who wrote this code, because what the fuck is this?
By 1. So it doesn't actually kill baboon. I think it kills koala. Alright, so I think what happens is baboon goes to the beginning, which means these are the 3 that we're dealing with, and then it's killing k. I think it's gonna kill. Dude, I was wrong. I'm wrong about something. Alright. Oh, I need to restart my camera. Oh, wait, no, I'm tripping. The add does not happen first. The removal happens first. Alright, so baboon goes bye-bye.
Yeah, this is a fucked up question.
This happens first, I think. That's gonna be 0, I think. And then this happens, which removes baboon from the list. And then it adds baboon to the list, I'm guessing? Because I'm guessing after it removes it returns it.
His critical mistake is he said this like animal.size minus k is 0, but k starts at animal.size minus 1, so it actually starts at 1, not at 0. He would go with C, is that right? No, it's wrong. Okay. So unless, like, he didn't mark it as, let's go back to this. So I feel like he probably did not get 100% either. So now I'm curious, like, is my score higher, equal, or lower than his?
So here's the thing, something changed. After I said I wouldn't. Original box. Okay. I like these actually, I think. No, I don't like these. Inheritance ones I think are easy, but not when they have these 1, 2, 3 things. Which interface is in the box class?
It's not an inheritance question, it's API design question. But I guess he doesn't know that yet, because he just skimmed through it.
What in the world? Are we supposed to know based on their surface area and volume? A rectangular box fits inside of another rectangular box if and only if the height, width, and depth of the smaller box are less than the corresponding values.
But yeah, if you actually read the question, it's straightforward. I think he just skimmed through it, so that's why he wasn't sure.
Trying to tell us like we can compute those the width and stuff based on these. I'm assuming this is a troll and it doesn't want us to choose this one. But at the same time, I'm like, why are they trying to do that?
I mean, that's the question. They're asking you which of these API designs make the problem solvable.
Things return doubles and these return booleans. Wait, no, this would work too. Return. Okay, what? A rectangular box fits inside of another one. Yeah, I'll get that part. Height with depth. I'm pretty sure both of these would work.
It's interesting to see like which ones I found hard and which ones he found hard also. Because like for me, this one's like just it's trivia, it's obvious. But he's getting stuck up on this one.
Right, 26. I run 26 and we're 35 minutes in, 34 minutes. Wow, this is taking way longer than I thought it was gonna take. Assume the array has been defined initially. All right.
He says this took way long. Like I usually don't like to.
Pretty sure this works okay.
Going in, like it's easy for me to say this now because I didn't pre-commit to saying anything at the beginning.
For a second, this looks like it works too.
But I was.
They were so rude.
Like he was like, "Oh, this is gonna be easy because it's for high schoolers," and in my mind, I was like, "That doesn't necessarily mean it's gonna be easy because sometimes they ask fucked up questions." I sort of allude to that. I think at some point earlier while I was doing questions where like, like it's not a realistic representation of your real life work that you would do as a programmer. So like they can ask you like like just API memorization stuff. Like what is the 6 enum in the java.crypto.ciphers enum or something, like something like that. And they're like, I have no fucking clue, man. Like, why would I ever need to know that? And so like I've seen those type of questions before, and that's why I said just because it's for high schoolers doesn't mean it's gonna be easy, right? But I didn't want to like directly say, oh, it might be hard like right off the bat until I saw the question. But anyway.
Which of the following is true about the method?
Oh, he went back and changed it to D? Oh, wait, that's correct. Okay. Yeah, so he had it wrong, but then he changed it back. No. Okay, so let me... I'm curious then. What was his thought process? Why did he go with E and then change it to D?
5.
It's here.
Okay, here they're putting K. That's a new... And as a result, call mystery 6. 6 is greater than 2, yes. And minus.
We're at 27 here.
4 times, I believe?
Yeah, this fucking it happens 4 times thing.
4 times. What the heck? Okay. Alright, so first iteration, this is going to be a 2. And now this becomes 2 minus 1, which is a 1. So this is 2, this is 1. This is 3. 3 minus 1 is a 2. So this is 3 and 5. Oh, is this a Fibonacci sequence?
Yeah! It took me a while to figure it out too. Like, what? Yeah. This is a Fibonacci, and it's like...
Let me just think for a second, actually. So,
oh, he went with...
So it's going to be 2.
He's like, I'm just going with it, but let me...
8. Okay, it's either 8 or this. It's going to be off. Okay, so 6. It's between these two. Dang it, I thought I was confident, but I'm not. So 6. Alright, 6.
The fucking Fibonacci. Like, such a weird way to do Fibonacci. What the heck?
Okay, so start at 6, it goes. Yep, now the value's 5. Goes. Now the value's 4. Wait. Dude, I keep tripping it up in my head. Alright, so we're at 7. Compiler.
Yep. Then C. Oh, he actually looks at the quick reference. Wait, how does he... Oh, he just has it in a different tab. Okay, interesting.
Right. Who cares then? Consider the following method. Mystery. The following code disappears in another method in the same class.
Yeah. Then
0.
I said C, but it's actually E.
Plus K. Alright, so it's gonna be a 1. Oh, another one. Why do they have so many loops?
Oh yeah, this one I got super tripped up by this. Like it's not too. It's easy if you know the trick, but it looks like he's not seen the trick yet.
Didn't think about that one too hard.
Fuck yeah, he got tripped up by it also. Oh, you went with A. Why do you say A?
While this is condition I want to verify. So while sum is or. Oh wait, no. I'm pleb. Okay, so one of these two values is it. Alright, so at 6 we add it.
Oh, does he see it? Is he gonna see it?
Alright, so I thought for a second that both things need to be true, but it's not the case. It's not the case.
He didn't. Yeah, he got fucked up just like me. Although, why do you go with D?
Not the case.
Let me look at rewind. E15. Why does he think 15? What is he? I don't know what he's thinking, but whatever.
Yep, this is value. It's D. It's D. I was wrong. All right, so I thought for a second that both things need to be true, but it's not the case. It's not the case.
Okay, so like he's unless he comes back and fixes it, he's definitely like he definitely didn't beat me. He's got 2 wrong answers so far, which is how many I got.
Okay. Center is equal to a new point. Code segment. While sum num 2574 is greater than 0. Another one. They're just spamming these problems. They actually just want you to be a human compiler. All right, so 2574 is.
Yeah, it's bullshit. I agree with like human compiler thing. Like
this mod 10. All right, so it's gonna be 4.
This is not what programming is like in real life. If you get a job, you don't need to know. I mean, it's it's better than enough. Like knowing this is better than not knowing this, but it's such a minor part of the job
so
that
remember this is gonna be C. So 4 is actually C. And for integer division, I'm pretty sure integer division does not give you floating values, just based on.
Oh, so he did correct.
This is what I was waiting for.
4. So he might beat me. He might have. He has 1 incorrect answer now.
When does num ever get to 0? Oh, it's gonna truncate it. So it's gonna be 257 and then 25. Okay, they're doing this garbage. Huh.
Oh man, does he beat me or does he beat me?
Oh wait, it's... no, okay.
I'm nervous.
And it's adding it. This is so bloody confusing. There's probably an easy pattern to this though. 16. Insert the following recursion.
This D should be C.
Agree on what happens.
This one gave me a lot of trouble, and given
It's gonna evaluate that first.
the silence that he's had, maybe it's giving him a little bit of trouble.
Bottom. So it's gonna be either one of these 2 values, and it's actually just C.
He got it a lot sooner than I did, I think.
Huh. It's the only thing I'm thinking about is making sure the substring. Yeah, all right, feel good about it. Wait, I finished? That was 40? I thought that was 39. No, we're good, we're good. All right, I'm ready to just cruise through free response. This is where I shine. This is where I get to write some code, I think.
There's no way. Come on. I was like 1 hour 14, right? And he's at 1 hour now.
I don't care about this stuff. Whatever.
There's no way he beat me. Yeah, I mean, he might beat me on score, but there's no way he beat me on time.
Right, the word scrambler method. Recombine. This method takes a string created from half of word 1. Yeah, what? Wait, no, yeah, yep, app. Okay, rounds down. Fair enough, fair enough. And take a
I'm not gonna watch the full thing. I just want to see how he approaches this. Like, does he write code in Vim or does he use autocomplete? You know, like a cheating cheater, or does he like, you know, turn off syntax hiding and all that and do it like the honorable way?
Wait, what? It's not copyable. Well, we'll just type it out. Private string recombine.
No, it looks like no syntax highlight, or does he?
String word 1.
Oh, he does have his syntax highlighting. Come on, come on.
No syntax highlighting and that fun stuff to keep it, you know, fun.
What a cheater.
And interesting, just like the test. Try 1 is some characters. All right, so here's one thing first. So we got to.
Wait, did he say something about that?
Wait, what? It's not copyable. Well, we'll just type it out. Private.
I think I heard him say the word syntax highlighting.
Wait. Yep. Recombine. String word 1. String word 2. And then we got our curly braces. No syntax highlighting and that fun stuff to keep it, you know, fun and interesting, just like the test. Try 1 is some characters.
No, he doesn't. Like, I mean, he lampshades it. He says it, but he doesn't turn off syntax highlighting.
0 I is less than word 1. And we have to get the length of an array. How do you get a length of an array in Java?
Although I guess it's just doing like was it like symbolic,
I know
like
stuff.
references to earlier symbols in the thing, which isn't like a huge help, but it's still, you know, I'm a little bit disappointed, I guess.
Perfectly fine. I plus plus. First half plus equals word 1. It was 2. Like, because I went to run on 2 is what I'm thinking. Sorry, for Apple, this is gonna be 5 characters, right? 5
Oh my god. What is this code he's writing? He's doing character. Okay, whatever. It's fine. It's. No, yeah, it's not gonna work because he's doing array indexing into.
Second half, I guess.
4, into
and here we do not start at 0. We start at word 2.
Like the square bracket thing.
Like a plus to that.
I guess I wonder what languages he's used to working with.
Word 2 at length.
And I'm wondering, like, as the evaluator, how would you grade this? Right? Would you say?
Word 2.
Because like he's got the algorithm right, I think. Right? Like, I mean, I don't know for sure, but I'm assuming he's gonna get it right.
So
like, you know, in the pseudo language of whatever language he's using, it would work, but it's not Java, and so would the evaluator say, sorry, you didn't, you know, it's wrong because it's not Java, or would he say, no, it's right because you got the algorithm right? But either way, I'm pretty sure then that means he's not going to beat my score, because I think he's going to lose points in this section.
Write the word scrambler method in mixed words. This method creates and returns a new array of string objects. Okay? Takes the first pair of string.
Okay, so we're gonna. So now that I understand how he does, he just writes code here. He doesn't. It's like at least he doesn't like quote unquote cheat by like trying to compile it or anything like that, or use any static analysis tools. So that's good. But so let's see. Does he ever score himself at the end?
Right. The amount. How?
Wait.
I'm writing is mountain. Assume that get peak has specified. How do we even use get peak index for mountain? I don't think I even want to use it. In this thing.
He doesn't want to use it.
Get peak index of the array, and then here we're just going to. So,
okay, I think he realizes how to use it now. Because I was like, you definitely want to use it. Like, why would you not want to use that?
This is disgusting code. Don't worry about it. Well, okay. Greater than or and is class isn't just skipping him because I board.
Yeah, he's okay. So he's 116 now, so he's above my time. So all that just depends what his score is, I guess. And like, you know, it's hard to say, right? Like that the whole question. I don't know if it's worth docking points for not using the correct Java syntax for indexing characters into a string. We'll see. We'll see how he self grades, I guess. Hopefully, I don't know if he will self grade at the end though.
Alright, I'm gonna take a break for a second. I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna grade this, but I'm just exhausted. Alright, I'm back. I feel 1,000 times better. I got some food in me. I was feeling low energy Jeb at the end of that test. It really, really wore me out. Like, my brain was just dead. But I'm feeling much better now. I just went over and just checked all my answers, and I did well. There's only 3 of them. I got a max of 3 wrong. But here's the thing. I only wrote 39 answers down. Like, I forgot along the way to, like, write down number 23 or 24. Somewhere here, I messed up and didn't write down an answer. So 23 and 24, I might have gotten wrong, might have gotten right. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look back at the tape. Somebody in the comments tell me, am I bad or am I good? Also, I just totally forgot the answer number 6. So that's kind of awkward. But honestly, I'll just take the L. This is high enough to get an A, I bet. What's 37 divided by 40? I got 92. I got an A minus. I'll take it. It's not a perfect score, but it is what it is. Okay, so what is this problem? This is number 23.
Wait, how did he get that score?
But honestly, I'll just take the L. This is high enough to get an A, I bet. What's 37 divided by 40?
Okay, so he's saying he got 37 of the multiple choice, I guess, is what he's saying. Which means I beat him, right? Because I got 38. Like, you know, I'm saying I got perfect for the second part, and I got 38, 34 for the first part. But he got 37. Okay. So I beat him on score and on time.
It's not a perfect score, but it is what it is. Okay, so what is this problem? This is number 23. This is the baboon one.
Yeah, the fucking baboon one.
I said I was going to go for... I'm pretty sure I knew that baboon was going to be inserted at the beginning. I'm pretty sure I picked C. I'm pretty sure C is what some code? Oh, they have code. Actually, I want to look at my code. Okay, I actually didn't see that part. All I saw was this right here, where they just wrote pseudocode. All right, let's compare our codes and see how my code looks. Oh, they substring. They're smart. I'm pretty sure ours is mine is equivalent to a for loop. Feel good about that. Oh, dude, I was right on how you actually create arrays in Java. So new string words.length.
Okay, so he doesn't unit test it. He just compares the answers, which is okay. But you know, he if he did, he would realize his first thing doesn't compile.
What was I even supposed to return? Oh, result in new array. All right, I'm not gonna give myself that many points off for that. I don't think that really matters.
Wait, what did he not like, or what was he not sure about?
Right to me. They for loop and they recombined k plus 1. This looks right to me. Nice. I didn't return from mixed words. Is the only thing. What was I even supposed to return?
He didn't return something.
Myself that many points off for that.
Is it? I feel like that's critical though. Like that's unambiguously. It says like if you don't do this, you lose points. I'm pretty sure. Let me check that. That's the recombine question, right? Yeah. If you don't return it, you lose a point. You have to return it. So I mean, I was thinking of tracking, but I don't want to be too mean. Whatever. I'm not gonna track his points. It's fine. Like I was gonna be like, okay, what is the real score? But it's not like, who cares, right? It's all that matters is self-improvement.
Wait, okay, what do they use for I? What do they use? No,
you look at how you were like a year ago. You look at how you are today,
decreasing and is decreasing.
And hopefully you're getting better,
We'll go on to the next question.
better every day, or every year at least.
Logic. Yeah, we did actually exact same logic. Yep. Update all temps. This looks very similar to what I did. I'm honestly not gonna check it.
I'm honestly not gonna check it.
Record. Oh,
Bold.
Alright, that looks pretty similar to what I did. Again, okay, no, I'm just... Yeah, look, they made Part B so easy. I'm so confused why they made that one so easy. Alright, looks close enough. I think I got close to 100% on the free response. Probably not, to be honest. Let's give myself a 95, and I got a 92. Divide that by 2. I'm gonna guess my overall score would be something like this. 2, like a 93. I'm guessing my overall score would be probably closest to a 90. Maybe 93, 94 overall. Well, that's it for this video. This came out way longer than I thought it was gonna be. This test was way harder than I thought it was gonna be. Though, okay, so hard's like the wrong word. It's just like tedious, and I didn't want to put the mental thought into it. Though we didn't.
Yeah, I agree with analysis. Okay, so yeah, I don't know if there's much more to add than what he said. These tests are not a realistic. Wait, I don't want to turn off the autoplay. These tests are not a realistic representation of what working as a programmer will be like. That said, I've often said this to others, like knowing how to navigate bureaucracy is an important life skill. As a student, if you want to become like a top performing programmer or whatever, you probably one of the easier paths to do that. The more efficient thing is to get, like a good grades, get into a good university. And, in order to do that, you have to do well on these tests. So even if it's not representative of real life work, it's still a skill worth learning. Like learn how to do well on these type of questions, these type of tests, just so you can navigate the bureaucracy and the bullshit and get the job that you want to get, So yeah, that's gonna be it for me. Thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.